Chapter 10. Locks of hair. Interesting. I wonder what that's a picture of. It looks like a lamp reflected in a window. I hear the voices of reed warblers. The distant moon. The night is dark. The veil of trees shrouds the entire world. The ground is jagged like the teeth of a saw. There isn't anyone around. All I can hear is the reed warblers. A black field. I instinctually feel homesick. As a child, a small child, I always played in this forest. I always go out in the dead of night. Since my parents and siblings feel uneasy about getting seen by people, we usually don't go out during the day too much. So, this is just like any other day. I walk out of the garden alone into that forest, and I encounter people I don't know. Give me just a second. The black field is an even darker shade today. It isn't a natural darkness. It's as if it was being radiated from a dull lamp. The fresh carpeting of blood looks like wild berries. It's awfully hot. As I take each breath, it feels like I'm bringing fire into my lungs. The heat is as intense as summer. Is that why? I keep hearing those reed warblers in the chilled air. The wild berries are strewn all over the field. Strewn. In the middle, a single bright red eye. A stranger is standing in the field. It only has one eye. The eye shines with a red light. Looking like it's floating in empty air, its very existence screams abnormality. Since there is only one eye, its color doubles. Compared to that eye, the fresh blood seems like the chrome yellow of a far-off mountain. A scarlet, deeper than red. A name for that has been passed down in the Nanaya oral tradition. Crimson red vermilion. A name that points to an existence that has awakened to the non-human blood of its ancestors. It describes a person whose ego is subsumed by a transcendental self and loses all sanity. It is said that the evil red eye is a sign of being possessed. Like a mirage, something shimmers behind it. Laughing around aimlessly, as if insane. It doesn't look like it's having any fun. With the reed warbler's cry, its body becomes hazy. It disappears, as if eaten by the surrounding bush. A voice calls to me from the distance. I'm scared to be alone, so I should go towards the forest. Within the veil of trees, I hear sounds like they are having a festival. Crash, crunch, smash, splat. Nanaya Shiki walks toward the back of the forest. After passing through the field, I think back about that redness I saw earlier. How pitiful. When did it become so tired and hazy like that? It seemed incredibly strong, but at the same time, very fragile. After finding out that it doesn't have much longer to live, I continued towards the heart of the forest. I opened my eyes to the morning sun streaming from my window. Hot. My pajamas are drenched with sweat. It seems I had a weird dream. It was like that really old silent comedy film. I'm not too sure, but that one where the actor with a black derby hat and a mustache keeps getting in all sorts of situations. It was a dream where it felt like I was watching a movie. Come to think of it, I never did dream when I stayed at the Arimas. Actually, I never did dream since I was a kid. My doctor says that I sleep so deeply that I can't dream. I don't think that's how sleep works, but okay. Then maybe the dreams I see since coming back to this mansion are actually my memories instead. Wait, isn't that what you call a dream? Well, I'll leave these little things for scholars to debate. As a student, I should go to school. Alright, time to get up. I get up from bed. Actually, my body does not move. What? Why can't I move? I clench my teeth and summon all of my strength. The blood rushes to my head, causing dizziness, and I manage to lift my upper body. Hot. My body's on fire. Damn. This is worse than yesterday. Yesterday my body was just heavy, but now, just moving my arm is incredibly difficult. Damn. I see if I can lift my arm vertically. I finally lift it up. Just doing this expends all of my energy and takes me about a minute. What's going on? This is like a dead body. Or maybe like a robot without any power. Either way, I can't move. But still, my mind is sharp, and I don't feel any pain. Kohaku-san. I start to call her, and then stop. Yesterday I said those things while I embraced her. I don't know what Kohaku-san thought of that. I don't think she knows that I know about her and Hisui trading places, but it's still difficult for me to face her now. Hisui, Akiha, hey! I try to say come, but I stop. Speaking loudly brings another wave of dizziness crashing into me. Shouting requires muscle use, and that probably puts a strain on the blood to my brain. I breathe shallowly. All I can do is just wait like this until Hisui comes to wake me. In the end, I take off from school today. When Hisui came to wake me, she immediately turned pale and called for Akiha. As soon as she heard, Akiha came running, and I guess neither Akiha nor Kohaku-san knew what to do, because they called the doctor in to perform an examination. As usual, it came up with nothing. As expected, Akiha ordered me to rest in bed afterwards. The sun sinks below the horizon. Lying on my side, I gaze emptily out the window. Damn it. I knew I should have settled things with Shiki last night, especially now that I became like this. While I'm like this, the number of victims will increase. No. Even last night, after I came back with Akiha, Shiki may have already sucked another person's blood. Was it the wrong decision? Last night. Maybe I should have stayed in that alley, waiting for Shiki no matter what Akiha said. I have to go tonight. I can't cry over the fact that I can't move. I have to stop Shiki as soon as possible. I have to save up all my strength until tonight so I can do that. Shiki-san, are you awake? Kohaku-san opens the door and walks in. Kohaku-san. Yes. It's been a whole day, hasn't it, Shiki-san? She closes the door with a smile. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I suddenly feel awkward and look away. I can't speak to her directly now. Not only am I worried too much about Shiki, but I also haven't figured out an excuse yet for my stupidity last night. Shiki-san? Why do you look so down? You really don't feel well? She looks into my face. No, that's not it, but... Blushing furiously, I somehow manage a calm response. This is bad. I said it would be difficult to meet her, but just seeing her face uplifts me. Since I could not see her for a whole day, just having her beside me makes me so happy. I forget about Shiki. Kohaku-san, I thought the IV was already done. All the same, I need to keep my distance from her. I broke my promise to Hisui and held her. I don't know what she thinks about what happened yesterday, but as for me, I finally realized how I feel. I have no clue what I'll do now if she's close to me. If there's nothing, please leave. If Akiha sees you, you'll be in trouble. I do have something. I thought that I would ask you if you wanted anything special tonight to eat. To eat? Well, since I'm like this, I think something easily digestible would be best. Don't worry about such delicate matters, Shiki-san. The doctor said you could eat as you please. So tonight, I'll make you whatever you want to eat. I do have foods I like, but I think right now nutrition is more important than taste. I see. Then, something really nutritious. I have to get as much power as possible to stop Shiki tonight. Huh? Stop yourself, Shiki-san? Kohaku-san confusedly tilts her head. Oh, crap. I let that slip without even thinking about it. Wait a minute. She has to know about Shiki. When Akiha was drinking Kohaku-san's blood, they were discussing Shiki. Even Hisui knew I was adopted. Then there's no way Kohaku-san doesn't. Then there's no way Kohaku-san does not know about Shiki. I see. You know about it. Do I know what? That I was adopted. And that Akiha has a killer brother called Shiki. Her smile freezes. I see. Shiki-san, you found out about it. But that's just for an instant. Kohaku's act of Hisui from the past doesn't crumble. But Shiki-sama's no longer in this world. You are the only eldest son of the Tohno family now. I think it's best to forget about it. She keeps smiling. The same smile she had when discussing the evening menu. I want to forget it, but I can't. I can't forgive what the Tohno blood did. My old man. He turned you into nothing more than a smiling doll. And I can't leave Shiki alone. As long as he's being a vampire, I can't ever be Akiha's brother. I can't give that girl back her ribbon either. This is the only thing I can do. I don't know how to save this person or erase the sin of Tohno Makihisa. All I can do right now is stop the killer Shiki and extinguish that Tohno blood. I want to do this with my own hands. I can't leave him alone, but more than that, I want to help you, Kohaku-san. Idiot. I keep saying these stupid things, thinking selfishly, thinking that I can save Kohaku by doing that. Such selfish things. What am I saying? But anyway, this is a problem of the Tohno family, so I will end it. There's no need for you or Hisui to worry. Kohaku-san doesn't say anything. Her smile also ceases. Kohaku-san? Did I say something wrong? No. Do you really mean that? What does she mean? Shiki-san. You know that Akiha-sama leaves the mansion every night? Yeah. It's her responsibility as head of the Tohno family to look for Shiki. I told her to stop, but she doesn't listen. I don't believe it. You didn't hear from Akiha-sama? Wait. Kohaku-san, hear what? Kohaku-san doesn't answer. But she isn't acting normal. Even someone thick-headed like me can tell. Thump. My pulse starts to increase. Akiha-sama is lying to you, Shiki-san. Shiki-sama was not exactly a blood-sucking demon. It's the body warmth of others. Not the blood, but the heat. Thump, thump. My pulse goes crazy. The combination of those facts and her serious eyes make me imagine something bad. Wait. Please, just wait. That is, unconsciously, something I avoided thinking about. Please wait. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Sorry, that was my phone. Shiki-san. The one known as Tohno Shiki is no longer in this world. Certainly, Shiki-sama was a blood-sucking demon and killed people on the streets. But that's all over. 5 days ago, by Akiha-sama's hand, Shiki-sama was exterminated. That dream. The dream of the killer being killed by Akiha. That wasn't what I saw. It was that Shiki was watching in his final moments. The Shiki that killed people and drank their blood is no longer alive. So that means that all the recent incidents, they're all... Shiki's no longer alive. Long gone. The only one that's left, leaving every night to walk the streets. The blood-sucking demon, named Tohno Akiha. Shiki-san! Ignoring her voice, I fly out of the room. Running. My body's engulfed in pain, but that does not matter. I don't think about anything. I don't want to think about anything. Until I hear the truth from Akiha's mouth. Nothing else. Running. Running toward her room, at the east end of the mansion. Breathing wildly. I open her heavy double door without knocking. I look around the room. Akiha elegantly gets up from her chair as soon as she sees me. What is it, Nissan? Entering without knocking is pretty rude, you know. I catch my breath as I stare at her. No, I'm definitely glaring at her without realizing it. Akiha senses the emotion in my look. Nissan? Did something happen? I take one more deep breath and calm my breathing. Suppressing the pulse in my chest, I glare as I speak. Akiha, what's the meaning of this? Her face tightens. With just those words, she probably figured out what I was going to say. After staring at me wordlessly, she walks casually over to the windowsill. Oh no, not the windowsill again. The deep sky. The red rays of sunlight glaring through the sky into the room. Like 3 days ago, she turns her back to the crimson sky. I'm not sure what you mean, Nissan. Could you be a little more specific? Dizziness assails me. Is it just a trick of the eyes? I thought I saw something hazy around her. Danger fills the air. It must be the fault of that glowing sky behind her. Akiha's hair looks crimson, and my whole body creaks. Nissan, if you don't say anything, I can't help. Or, will you go back to your room and pretend nothing happened? Akiha giggles. With that, I understand she was really deceiving me all along. Sorry. What? It's my notification noise. Oh. Okay. Akiha. Why? You already know why I killed Shiki. I am the head of the Tohno family. It's my responsibility to exterminate those that become controlled by the Tohno blood. What I did was by consensus of the family, and even you wanted to kill him. The hairs on my body stand on end. What is this? Who is this person in front of me? Who is this that takes away my breath through sheer pressure? No, that's not what I meant. Oh? Well then, there's no problem. Killing someone who isn't human isn't a sin, right? It's just like killing a dog that attacks people. It's on the same level. I said it's not about that. What I want to say is, why did you hide it from me? Ah, that. It's boring, asking me such an obvious question. Hey, Nissan, asking you something you know the answer to is not a question, but a confirmation. If that's the case, I can only nod. The air around her shimmers. The curtains waver like a mirage. Her long hair illuminated, red by the setting sun. Creak. My body screams at me to kill her. You killed Shiki 5 days ago. Yes, Akiha nods. 5 days ago. That night when she collapsed. Hugging me while she was crying, trying to hold something back. Then the recent vampire incidents aren't the work of Shiki. They're all your doing. Yes, Akiha nods. The detached building in the forest, where Akiha was sucking Kohaku-San's blood. At that time, Shiki was already gone, and Akiha was still committing those acts. Kohaku-san even asked why Akiha wasn't satisfied with just her blood. Why? Shiki was... But you don't seem strange. Yes, I am not like Shiki. It's obvious because I'm drinking Kohaku's blood, so I don't become like him. Then, why aren't you satisfied with just her blood? You said it yourself. So why are you doing the same things as Shiki? It is the influence of Shiki. This is my failure, Nissan. My power is not something that excludes anything or destroys. It is the power to plunder. I stole Shiki's life from him. But at the same time, it seems I also took in something, let me try that again. But at the same time, it seems I also took in something not good. Something not good. Something that wasn't in her before. Something that's in her now. That's, how do I put this? Ever since I killed Shiki, I became unable to suppress my emotions any longer. I became unusually strong-minded, and my lust takes shape when I normally would have just kept it inside. So I guess I just became honest with the desires I held back for so long. I needed Kohaku's blood to maintain my body, but I was getting bored of that taste since I had been drinking it for a few years. Yes, you probably will not understand, but the first time I tasted the blood of someone other than Kohaku, it was simply amazing. It was so delicious, I thought I would go insane. She smiles from the bottom of her heart. The wavering mirage. The only time I sensed this danger was when No, that was Shiki. When Shiki was killed in that dream. Akia, you... Don't look at me like that. I only stole their blood. Shiki took their lives as well, so you should not look at me like that, Nissan. Roa? Is it actually Roa? Only their blood? Akia is neither defiant nor remorseful. She just smiles as she looks at me and speaks as if it was a matter of course. I can hardly breathe. Akia is enjoying this. I came to confront her, but it seems like it's just killing her boredom. What is this? This is like a killer truly enjoying insanity. Stop messing around! Why, Why, Akia? There's something wrong with you! Somehow warding off her gaze, I take a step closer. It must have worked, because she swallows her words. You must know too. What you're saying isn't right. I take another step. After looking away peevishly, she bites her lip and glares at me. There's nothing wrong. I drink the blood of other people only for your sake. My legs stop. After she strongly bites her lip, she relaxes. I already told you. You were killed by Shiki 8 years ago. You are not of the mixed blood of the Tohno family, but you're just a normal person. You did not have any power to live after Shiki stole your life from you. But I could not allow that. You were killed protecting me, so I was the one that should have died. I was saved by your bloody body. You were already dead, but you still protected me. I do not remember everything that happened afterwards clearly, but I just remember thinking only that it would have been better if I died instead of you. That wish was granted. See? It's like what happens in a fairy tale. Like giving your blood to dead birds and dogs so they can live again. My power is really the opposite, but I guess I put that curse on you. You miraculously recovered, and ever since that day, I have carried a load. Come to think of it, it was only natural. It is because I shared half of my life with you, Nissan. Everything goes black. So I'm alive because of Akia. And at the same time, because of that, Akia has to live with that terminal illness. Akia, that time you had that fit, that was all my fault. Yes, as long as I keep you alive, I have to use the powers of the Tohno blood. If I do that, my human blood becomes thinned. If it becomes too weak, I will become something less than human, just like Shiki. To prevent that, I have to only use the minimum of my powers. But if I do that, I can only maintain your life, and I can't support my own body. As a result, those fits occur. Sensing the danger, my body tells me to stop providing you with energy, or just become one with the Tohno blood. It's only thanks to Kohaku that I've been able to resist it this long. As a synchronizer, she can strengthen one's will. I regularly drank her blood to strengthen the human part of Tohno Akiha. Before I realize it, my whole body staggers. Akiha's sucking of blood. It's completely my fault. As long as I'm alive, Akiha has to live as the Tohno. But I thought if I killed Shiki, it would be solved. If Shiki died, then he would no longer be able to steal your life. Maybe that was Akiha talking, actually. But I thought if I killed Shiki, it would have been solved. If Shiki died, then he no longer would have been able to steal your life. That's right. If Shiki's no longer alive, then I could have my life to myself, so I wouldn't be anemic anymore. But it really is funny. If anyone other than me had killed Shiki, then you would have been back to normal. Didn't I tell you? I stole everything from Shiki. I do not have the power to synchronize like Kohaku. What I stole, I cannot give to anyone else. She strangely gives a heartfelt smile, in pure self-deprecation. After killing Shiki, I felt a weight lifted from me. Those spasms I had every night didn't occur, and I felt great. I do not need to say why, do I? Because in place of Shiki, I'm now stealing your life. But I just took it, and I can't give it back to you, Nissan. Unlike Shiki, I do not have the ability to fuse. Yes, you were fused with Shiki. Certainly, Shiki took away life from you, but it returned to you when he slept. But that's no longer the case. That's why you have trouble moving now. That's why I have to continue supplying you with energy more than before. For that reason, I need to accumulate energy from people's blood. After saying this, Akiha walks away from the glowing red window. Nissan, maybe I'm just a blood-sucking demon, but it's all for your sake. Will you still not allow it? Not as Tohno Shiki, but will you kill me as Nanaya Shiki? I don't know what to say. Whatever she says, I'm Tohno Shiki. I won't become what I don't even remember as Nanaya. But my body is different. Just seeing Akiha causes all the strength in my body to coil like a spring. It's like it's trying to do something to the non-human Tohno Akiha. No, it isn't about Tohno or Nanaya. I just don't want you, as Akiha, to have to drink blood. I don't want you to be like Shiki. Nissan, I'm doing this for your sake. Don't you understand that? Even that time, I told you how I felt, and you didn't even say anything. I told you that I loved you. So why do you look at another woman? But, love? But that's like brother and sister. Even if we're not connected by blood, We're still siblings. Don't say such stupid things. It's not stupid! Because we are siblings, I can't love you? Her voice echoes through the room. It may be the first time she's yelled like that. Akiha's shoulders rise and fall as she pants heavily and bites her lip regretfully. Akiha. Nissan. I don't care if I become no longer human. If that means you can live, then I do not care what happens. So please, only look at me. I was always waiting for you. Now that you came back, do not betray me. Her fingers tremble as she says this. She closes her mouth and awaits my response. She wants me to only look at her. I didn't think Akiha, with her pride, would ever actually say that. Is there a choice coming up? Let me just save, just in case. Ah, no, fuck! Her fingers tremble as she says this. She closes her mouth and awaits my response. She wants me to only look at her. I didn't think Akiha, with her pride, would ever actually say that. But that's wrong, Akiha. Without a doubt, she is dear to me. Aki has saved me up until now, so I want to grant her wishes as much as I can. But still, she's my sister. I can't love her in any other way, because the one I think of the most isn't her. Akiha, I can't return your feelings. My special person is someone else. Akiha is calm, as if she knew from the start. She closes her eyes quietly and distances herself. Her footsteps. She walks to the window. The wind blows her long hair freely. Oh? But Nissan? You do not have a choice. Her eyes become glaciers. In that instant, my body collapses to the floor loudly. Breathe. I can't breathe. This is worse than anything before. I really can't breathe. My arms and legs won't move. How is it, Nissan? Returning to how it was 8 years ago? I can hear her laughter. Aki. I somehow manage to look up. Her eyes are filled with pleasure as she looks at my deteriorating, fragile situation. I told you your body is alive only because of me. Do you understand? I just have to think it, and you will die. That is the life of Tohno, Nissan. Her voice reaches my ear like a whisper. My heat cools down. I feel like I'm rapidly tumbling towards death. My senses start to drain away, and I'm scared that if I let my guard down, I'll totally disappear. What she's saying is the truth. Akiha clutches my very heart in her hands right now. You're pretty strong-willed. I took enough energy away to cause you to pass out already. Her finger lowers. Her finger traces on my back. Ouch! Her nail finds the scars on my back. Beautiful. The cuts I gave you are still there. That night, those marks she gave me, while she was holding me and crying. So, I will ask you once more, Nissan. I am the most important person to you, right? Her whispering voice next to my ear. My senses are just about completely gone. If I don't answer, I might die. Answer! I will not be gentle forever, you know. You've got to be kidding me. Using her power like this on me. I won't cave in. Jeez. You really are strong-willed, Nissan. Her finger pulls away. I understand. I will give you until tomorrow to think about it calmly. Akiha walks away from me and picks up something that looks like a receiver. Kohaku, come to my room. There's something I need you to carry. Her voice sounds happy. I can't think well. All I can understand is that Kohaku will be here soon. The door opens and Kohaku-san arrives. Shiki-san! I think she realizes I'm on the floor. She runs to me. Shiki-san! Hang in there, Shiki-san! My mind must be really messed up. Kohaku-san. She sounds so tense. I don't believe it. Akiha-sama, what have you done? Nothing. I just showed Nissan how things stand. It seemed like he would not understand unless I told his body. But I can't just let him lie here all night. So can you take him to his room? He will be in that state at least until tomorrow night. Akiha turns away. It seems like she's going to her bedroom. That fiery aura swirls behind her like a mirage. Shiki-san, can you stand? I can. That's what I meant to say. But I can't even do that. Kohaku-san lends me her shoulder. I hardly feel like I'm alive, let alone able to walk. The cable that lets the human Tohno move about seems to have been cut. Looking at my vision in pieces, it seems to have gone out into the hallway. Night falls. Tohno is lying on the bed. Excuse me. My wheezing drowns out the ticking of the clock. My body feels like every joint is bursting like a firecracker. Consciousness comes in shards. I'm probably alternating between waking and fainting in between each second. It's because of that, I suppose. I don't know how long it's been. It feels like a week since I came back to my room. The clock pointed at the number 8 tells me that it's just an illusion. My breathing almost stops. When I had a terrible fever, it wasn't this bad. My body doesn't move, but my heart is racing. Thump, thump. Akiha probably did this on purpose. I can't even move. My arms and legs feel crucified to the bed with iron nails. But still, if I want to, I should be able to move them a bit. Thump, thump, thump. My wildly beating heart seems to overpower Akiha's curse. If my limbs are nailed down, then it feels like my heart will burst out of this nailed-down body. Thump, thump, thump. What is so exciting? Akiha with her red hair. Just thinking of that makes those immobile limbs somehow convulse. Probably, my body would move to do one thing. Thump, thump, thump. What's in my head right now? Akiha horribly filled with pleasure earlier. That was certainly strange. Certainly she has that in her character, but that was just too much. It's like something that she doesn't even notice is controlling her. Thump. 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 Did she absorb Shiki's madness? There has to be a reason for this insanity, and maybe Akiha consumed it without knowing it. If that's the case, it's just the same as Tonomaki Hisa. Just kill. 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 Shut up! I tried to suppress my raging heart. Jeez. Am I so excited for? If I keep going through this cycle, won't I actually start to feel that way? Kill. 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 My throat hurts. My body creaks. Don't you get it? I can't oppose her with this body. If you want to kill that, then shut up for a second. If you do, I will certainly destroy that demon without you telling me so. No. What? Like I would ever. Thump. 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 The mad pounding continues. I faintly cycle between blankness and awareness, dream and reality. I can't last until tomorrow. If this keeps up, I'll go insane first. The sweat fades from my drenched body. My roasting flesh begins to cool. The feeling of a soaked towel is on my forehead. My body's lifted, and a cup is placed against my lips. Gulp. The sensation of cool water flowing down my throat. Good idea. I sense someone nearby. I realize that someone is taking care of me. Good evening. How are you feeling, Shiki-san? She speaks with her usual smile. Kohaku-san. I somehow manage to speak through my tattered breathing. You do not have to speak. I probably understand your condition better than you do. She removes the towel from my forehead, still smiling. Was that thing before just an illusion? Kohaku-san is acting normal. She keeps smiling and continuing her portrayal of Hisui. That. Am I going to die here without being able to take off that mask? Excuse me. Akiha-sama told me everything. She said that she would wait until tomorrow, but that may be too long. Akiha-sama seems to have lost her ability to think clearly. I do not think you'll be able to make it through the night like that, Shiki-san. Wow, let me try that again. That was really bad. I do not think you'll be able to make it through the night like that, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san's words are unmercifully true. Shiki-san, I am amazed. You do not understand the danger your body's in, Shiki-san. I'm sorry, other way around. Do you not understand the danger your body's in, Shiki-san? All Akiha-sama has to do is think it, and you'll die. So why do you still act against her? It's completely hopeless. It's my work. Hold on, I gotta check this. The hell? Oh, they got rid of the pull and holds? Okay. Sorry about that. Anyway. Kohaku-san. I'm surprised. Kohaku-san's voice. It's completely different than before. I know. I know that I can't last the night like this. Oh, jeez. Then, you're not scared of death? If you accept Akiya-sama, then you'll recover quickly. But you still do not. There's something wrong with you. Maybe. But I think it's okay. I like the me that acts like this. And I like Akiha for liking me as I am. Yes, and, well, I enjoy small things like being able to talk with you, Kohaku-san. But I feel like if I lie to myself, all those small things would lose their enjoyment. And I'm scared of that. You know what's coming, do I? I cough violently. Oh! There's really only one way out of this. Okay, gotcha. Now I know what's coming. Probably because I'm forcing myself to talk to Kohaku-san. My body doesn't even allow me to do that properly. Shiki-san. Why don't you tell Akiha-sama that you love her? She asks the same thing again. But this time it's a little different. Kohaku-san's voice seems somewhat sad. If you do as Akiya-sama says, well, then you'll live. Even if it's just lip service, you'll die unless you do so. I don't know what you're thinking, but isn't it better to just return her feelings? Such a thing. If I could do that, I would have done it already. No. I do love Akiha, but only as my sister and nothing more. The one I like isn't Akiha, Kohaku-san. I don't want to lie to the one I love the most. I force those words through my ragged breathing. Tick. The second hand of the clock ticks in the short silence. Oh, Shiki-san, that's no good. You can't even do it just this once? Nope. If my body's not free, I'd like at least my heart to be free. If I lie just once, then I'll have to continue lying. If I surround the lies with more lies, then it'll all end up being empty. If that happens, I would... That girl had nowhere to run. Never be able to help the one I like the most. And I just look at Kohaku-san. She looks away without donning her smile again. That is pointless. Don't you pity Akiha-sama? Pity? Akiha? Yes. Every night she walks the streets... Every night she walks the streets and drinks someone's blood. Akiha-sama is unable to make those... Akiha-sama is unable to make those from whom she sucks blood like herself in the manner Shiki-sama was, but she has the ability to steal from others. Akiha-sama knows this. She knows that sucking blood is making her less human, but she doesn't stop. She's only doing it to keep you alive. So, even though she knows it's transforming her into a blood-sucking demon, she continues it for your sake. Oh. Do you still refuse her when she does all that for you? These past 8 years, Akiha-sama has waited only for you. I can't answer that. In the first place, I'm dying because of Akiha. I mean, he's not wrong. But I've only lived until now because of her efforts. I have a debt to her that's too large for me to ever repay. Just make sure to keep it censored even after the scene. Even after the scene? Okay, interesting. I can't say what's right and what's wrong. But I still have something I can't give up and can't permit. So I know what I have to do. I see. Akiha will go out and drink blood Akiha will go out and drink blood tonight again. I raise myself up. The pain runs through me like an electric shock. I manage to stand up while resisting the volume of pain. What? Shiki-san, what are... No. I can't let Tohno Akiha drink any more blood. I laboriously take a single step. Even though I may collapse at any moment, I continue forward. I can at least make it to Akiha's room. Please wait! Standing in my way, Kohaku-san appears before me. You say you'll stop Akiha-sama. Is that the blood of Nanaya speaking? It's got nothing to do with it. I just want Akiha to be Akiha. That's what I, as Tohno Shiki, really feel. You mustn't. Akiha-sama will not have any mercy on you. You realize it already. The Akiha-sama from before no longer exists. I know that. That shimmering mirage behind her. That thing is driving her away from being Akiha. The way Akiha is now, she will see me as completely useless if I don't accept her. Even still, I have to stop her. I'm her brother, after all. Kohaku-san doesn't say anything. I push my... Let me just set this to silent. How about that? There we go. Okay. I push my way through the desk. Inside is what I brought from the Arimas. Only a few things. I take my knife out of the drawer. And I see that which I haven't yet returned. Kohaku-san. Gripping the final remnants, I walk. Kohaku-san just stands there. This might be the end. So, here. I take out the white ribbon in my hand. It's a little late, but I'm giving it back. Sorry. You went through such trouble to give it to me, and I never even used it. I don't know if my feelings were able to come out through my words. And as gentle as I can, I place the ribbon of promise into her hand. The sound of gasping. She stands stock still like a doll, just staring in amazement at the ribbon in her hand. You knew, Shiki-san? Not right away. It was only just recently. I really should have realized it as soon as I came back. Yeah. I should have realized it after I returned to the mansion and Kohaku said, "Welcome back." Even still, she smiled when I asked if she was one of the children who was there back then. I don't have the right, but thanks. I was really happy that you waited for me. For 8 years. Those were the words I always wanted to say as Tohno Shiki. tears. Her face. Her face is neither sad nor happy, but a single line flows down. I don't know what it means, but naturally, I hold her body close to mine. I can feel her warmth. My raging heart seems to have become strangely calm from it. Kohaku-san, I'll stop Akiha, so you get away with Hisui. And you don't have to come back. You've been locked in this mansion for 10 years. You can be free, and you don't have to force yourself to smile. Thank you, Hades. Okay, that sucks. I'll have to dub over it in the VOD. Shiki-san, everything... you... Her lips mouth the word new. I didn't want her to say those words, so I close her mouth with my own. It really was just an instant, just a touch, a fleeting kiss, but unforgettable. I raise my head. I release her. In place of the doll-like Kohaku-san, I smile with all my heart. Well, it was really short, but living here with you was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really like you the best, Kohaku-san. Let's do this. The only thing left is to stop Akiha. No, stop! As I move to open the door, her voice rings out to me. No, Shiki-san! You can't stop Akiha-sama like that! Huh? I turn around. Shiki-san, you have to stop Akiha-sama. Kohaku-san stands there, not with a smile, but with a truly sad face. Kohaku-san, why? Why does she look like she's about to burst into tears? Shiki-san, did you really mean that? She looks directly at me. Her eyes implore me to confirm what I said about liking her. I nod. Kohaku-san shuffles over to me and holds my hand. How long were we like this? What was Akiha's plan? Like... Okay. To take a break for a second. So Akiha's, I guess, the main villain of this route, I guess. That's kind of a twist. But, like, she's in love with Shiki. And she knows that Shiki has a thing for Kohaku. So her grand master plan was to be like, okay, I'm going to give you this ultimatum. If you don't say that you love me and look only at me, I will kill you. But I'll give you a day to think it over. Now go hang out with the girl that you actually like for a day. Like, Akiha, bro. Like... I don't think this is a very effective strategy. I don't know. Maybe it's possible that, like, Inu said something about maybe this is Roa's influence. Like, she took in Roa when she killed Shiki, capital S Shiki. So it's possible that there's a part of Akiha that's still in there. And, like, that's part of the decision-making. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just wishful thinking or, like, me kind of, like, adding a little extra for the writing. I don't know. But that's weird. It's weird that she's letting this happen. Like, in her own goddamn house. Anyway. After holding my hand like a child, she smiles once more and places my hand against her chest. If that's the case, then please, then please play Nintendo Switch with me. If you do that, then you should be fine without Akiha-sama's help. What? Play Nintendo Switch? What are you... Okay, so... You guys know the deal. Obviously. Alright. Alright, I'll do it seriously. I'm talking about having sex. Yeah, no, it just feels weird. It feels weird. It feels super weird. No, I don't... Alright. No, I'm gonna try one more time. Okay. I'm talking about having sex. Hisui-chan and I were brought here to this mansion for that purpose, you know? Kohaku-san says such a thing with her usual smile, as if discussing the weather. Sex? But that... It's too sudden. My voice comes out weird. Yes. You may not know this, but we're called synchronizers. Simply speaking, we can project ourselves into someone else and increase their powers. But it only works if the person is of the opposite gender. Akiha-sama is a woman, so we could not synchronize. That's why she had to drink my blood to form a fake bond. My body heat rises. It isn't the wildness of my heart earlier. It's the true feelings of Tohnoshiki coming to light. But that's... You're unable to return her feelings, right? So there's no other way. Please, have me. If we exchange... I'm not saying that. If we play Nintendo Switch together, then I'll be able to help your condition. If you do so, you can return to normal without Akiha-sama's help. I really can't ask for anything more. If I won't be a burden to Akiha, she won't have to drink any more blood. And really, I want Kohaku-san too. But I still feel there's something wrong about this. Shiki-san, were you lying when you said you liked me? Kohaku-san saying that with a smile. I start to lose control. It wasn't a lie. I always wanted to play Nintendo Switch with you. Then please let me give you strength. If you don't, he'll die and be unable to stop Akiha-sama. Saying that, she embraces my hand tighter onto her chest. Tender, yet firmly elastic. Feeling the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons of a young woman causes my head to spin. I understand. Kohaku-san is just continuing her act. I understand that she's just using me. But still, That's something important to me. Is this all right? Are you really okay with this, Kohaku-san? Yes. 'Cause I love you too, Shiki-san. I know that smile is fake, but I believe the words. I want to believe in those words. I draw her close to me. When I kiss her, it's a violent, passionate, stealing kiss, completely different from before. I don't know how long it's been. Okay. I think we're at the part where it does the thing. Yup, there's the song. Okay. Just to be extra safe, I'm actually going to go full screen. Alright. I'm not reading all this, by the way. I'm skimming through it. I'm not, like, not reading it, but I'm not reading it out loud, certainly. Not safe for Twitch. Okay! Okay. Alrighty. Chapter 11. But just in case, I'm going to keep censoring, because, I'm a little worried, because I think Eddie said something, or somebody said something about, like, having to continue to censoring it. I blankly stare at the ceiling as I continue lying in bed. Kohaku is nestled beside me. I can only hear her breathing softly. She's probably asleep. I reach out and clench my hand into a fist. All right. I don't feel any more pain or dullness. It feels like her warmth is still around me. It hasn't gone through me completely, but I can feel my energy gradually increasing. Soon I'll be able to move as I wish. It's no use hurrying to Akia's room, so until then, I want to quietly linger here with Kohaku-san. Awfully nice of Akiha to let this happen. Like, she must not be here, right? She must already be out, like, sucking people's blood. She must have left the mansion by now, right? Because I know it's a big mansion. They're on the other side, but, like, if they're making like aggressive Nintendo Switch noises, like, wouldn't she be, or he be able to hear that? Like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's starting to fall apart a little bit. Shiki-san. Close nearby. I hear Kohaku-san's voice. Please don't answer. I just want to say something. It's just my spoken thoughts, so please just listen. Her voice is strangely calm. I nod quietly and continue to stare at the ceiling. I can feel her gaze shift towards me. I'm not the girl you think I am. I don't have a sense of self of my own. Even now, I may just simply be another act. A long time ago, I was always quiet. I never understood why people smiled or frowned, and could never discover the meaning behind it. But I think that I did have a sense of self. Until I was brought to this mansion, I really was alive. After coming here, I was forced to know unbearable pain. I think that's what destroyed my true self. I just became this doll that was just there. It was more bearable. It was the only way I could survive. But even though I did that, it didn't solve anything. So I searched for a purpose and started to act to fulfill my purpose. I was a doll without any identity, so if I wore the right clothes, I could become anyone. But even if I become someone else, it's just an act. I could laugh or cry, but I couldn't understand if I was really happy or really sad. Isn't it funny? In order to protect myself, I cast away my identity and became just a doll. But the more I do that, the more broken I become. I became good at acting, an expert at lying. I could deceive anyone with my smile. But as I try to fulfill my purpose like that, I keep losing myself that I wanted to protect. Just what is happiness? What is this thing called sadness? I became unable to even remember the meaning of pain itself. But when I would remember one thing, my heart would always become agitated. When I would remember that boy who disappeared 8 years ago, I'd get this feeling I couldn't understand. That boy who was always playing in the garden, who knew nothing about me, yet invited me with his eyes. I didn't like him or hate him. I was just scared. After trying so hard and becoming a doll that could endure pain, I felt like I would realize it was all an illusion when I watched that boy. When that boy lost his life in the garden, I was watching by the window. He died saving a girl that wasn't even related to him by blood. I couldn't pull my eyes away from that scene. The reflection of my face in the mirror was terrifying. That was the first time I ever hated anyone, because I was really frustrated. I hated him and only him. I hated him to the point of tears. I don't hate Makihisa-sama. I didn't really feel anything at all towards him. Towards Shiki-sama, who killed that boy, or Akiha-sama, who was saved by that boy. I didn't feel anything at all. I guess I was just taking it out on someone, because I couldn't understand why he did that. I just kept watching his discarded, bloody body. Did he value someone more precious than his own life? Otherwise, he would never have protected Akiha-sama like that. But if he could do that, why didn't he ever help me? Why were the people around me not as kind as he was? I don't know what that feeling was. But in my emotionless days, only that boy was shining. Slowly, Kohaku lifts herself up.
Ah, that's why. Okay.
But that's it. I don't understand this feeling right now. I'm very happy right now. But that just might be another charade, you know, right? Hey, is it alright, Shiki-san? Believing in me. Someone who doesn't know if she loves you, like you do me. Didn't I say it before? I don't even know what kind of person I am. Since I'm just a doll, I can become any Kohaku that I wish. So, this Kohaku that you say you love, it isn't me. It just might be another pretend Kohaku. She speaks with a satisfied smile and a wavering voice. But that can never be true. It's not true. Acting, faking, it doesn't have anything to do with it. You are you. A truly mean-hearted person can't pretend to be truly kind. No matter how you act, you're still the same inside, Kohaku-san. That's right. Even if it is just an act, Kohaku-san seems like she's having so much fun. That means she's enjoying the role. It was her dream that could become real if she really wished for it. Yeah, even if everything was just a lie, I'd still like another new Kohaku-san. Definitely. Kohaku-san nods happily. It's true. I thought you'd say that. Her lips draw close. She launches a surprise attack and kisses me. Her, don't worry about it. Oh. Okay, never mind. Her tongue slides into my mouth. I feel something hard. Something descends down my throat. Hey, Kohaku-san. What did you make me swallow? Something feels good. The ever-present pain in my body fades, and drowsiness floods over me. Hey, Shiki-san. I just have one last question for you. Which Kohaku do you like the best? Her close yet distant voice. I feel faint. Even still, I have to answer her. I don't know, but I like this Kohaku. I speak as if in a dream. She looks at me in total surprise. Yes, I like this Kohaku the best too. With an unmatchable smile, she quietly stands up. The sound of a kimono being changed into. She must be out of bed and putting it on. Well then, Shiki-san, I have to take responsibility for what I've done. With a smile, one completely different than up until now. Her true smile. She leaves the room. What are you doing, Kohaku? Okay, I think we're safe. My consciousness flickers off and on. What's going on? My body's finally healed. But this time my mind is fading. What am I doing? I rouse myself awake. Kohaku. What did she say to me when she left? I have to take responsibility for what I've done. You've got to be kidding me! Why did she try to do everything herself? There isn't any need to continue acting or hide anything. I would do anything for her, so why? Why is she still trying to go alone? Forcing me to sleep. Was she just worrying about me? It's really beginning to piss me off. I get up from bed. The desk is so far away. Damn it. What kind of drug did she give me? I have to go to her room once, and I have to clean out her room and take all her medicine away. I somehow walk and collapse onto the desk. On top is my knife. I must have put it there after taking it out of the drawer. Crap. I fell asleep again. What is this strong drowsiness? No matter how hard I tried to fight it, it won't help. Damn it. Kohaku, I'll pay you back for this. I grab the knife. Ka-chink. It flies open. I take it and... This is going to be extremely pain... Is he going to cut the drug out of his body? Thinking that, I slice into the nail of my middle finger? Gah! The acute slicing pain drives straight into my brain. Take that! I pull the knife back out from my nail. Every time my finger feels pain, the sleepiness goes away. Wrapping my finger with a handkerchief, I stop the bleeding. Well, if it's like this, it won't stop me from gripping the knife. All I really need to do is hold it anyway. I don't even need the physical strength required to cleave through things. Damn it. Don't do anything foolish, Kohaku. I jam the knife in my pocket and fly out of the room. I can't let Kohaku-san and Akiha face each other. If I can't prevent that, then something that can never be taken back will happen. I burst through the door. Kohaku-san! There isn't anyone in the room. Neither Kohaku-san nor Akiha. Are they next door? I run to the bedroom, but they aren't there either. Where did they go? I run my gaze to the clock. It says, past midnight. It's already tomorrow. No way. When did that happen? I knew I lost track of time when I was making playing Nintendo Switch with Kohaku-san. But I didn't think it was this late already. By this time, Akiha has gone out to the streets to drink blood. I leave the mansion. There's no time to waste. Kohaku-san left to stop Akiha. But I don't think Akiha will listen to anything Kohaku-san has to say. Akiha isn't normal right now. If worse comes to worse, she'll see Kohaku-san as an obstacle that needs to be removed. It can't be. The school? That dream of drinking someone's blood I once had after Shiki was killed by Akiha. I don't know how it happened, but if that was what Akiha was watching, that means Akiha has made the school grounds her feeding place, just like Shiki. Then, at this time, Akiha, who's a blood-sucking demon, won't be anywhere else but there. And I've returned to the place. It's quiet. The giant building bathed in Excuse me. The giant building bathed in moonlight does not look like a building that holds hundreds of students. For a long time. It just looks like a monolithic tombstone, abandoned long ago, forgotten by memory, forgotten by time. My head starts to throb lightly. I ignore it and go through the gates. My headache multiplies in intensity the instant I step aside. My whole world wavers. My heart wakens. My fingers shiver in anticipation of battle. She's here. How vile. Only the smell of blood sticks to the air. The air is full of heat and burns on my skin. The wind is dead. The stagnant air transforms into a red cage of decay. I see countless red strands of hair when I look past my glasses. The red hair permeates the school grounds at the building, like the web of a 1,000-year-old spider. Not a hole anywhere to let its prey escape. Akiha, you... This place is already a different world. It's not a world any human should enter. Have you gone that far? My headache does not go away. The sharp pain of my cut fingernail. My heart lifts up a rhythm of delighted sobs. I take off my glasses and grip my knife. How long has it been since I faced these lines? I never thought I would take off the glasses I received from Sensei of my own free will. I didn't even think, even in my dream, that I'd be using them to face my little sister. I don't have time to complain. Everything is set. All that's left is for me to cut through this red lock of hair. Burning. Entering inside, the temperature is even hotter. Burning. I know what this heat is. I saw it in the dream. The vampire that attacked a young woman entered the school grounds, and then... burning. Dragging that body, went into that place. That room that the killer Shiki was once using. The silver moon looks down like a snake at the accused. Burning. In this classroom. Akia. Nausea fills me as I enter. In between the desks lie the collapsed bodies of girls. 1, 2, 3. All of them have completely lost consciousness. On their necks are trails of blood. In the middle of it all, that red-haired monster is laughing. "Oh, Nissan! You couldn't wait until tomorrow?" She greets me without a trace of malevolence. Thump. That impulse assails me as soon as I see her. I desperately suppress the urge I desperately suppress the urge with all my strength. The moonlight streaming through the window illuminates her. Thump. I haven't moved a step since I've entered the room. My instincts scream at me that this is bad. That thing is something beyond what I expected. The Akia that exterminated Shiki pales in comparison to this. "I'm surprised. You aren't supposed to be able to walk, yet you forced yourself to come see me. I'm happy. I guess you finally understand my feelings." Her voice is full of happiness. Thump. My reason cries out. Tohno Shiki cannot win against this thing. So you can't make it angry. Don't let it be your enemy. If you do that, you'll surely be eliminated. Thump. Even still, I can't run away now. Akia, where is Kohaku-san? The air itself stiffens from her overpowering presence. She grinds her teeth in displeasure. "She's over there." I don't know what she was thinking, but she's now receiving her punishment for raising a hand against me. She looks to the wall beside me. I follow her gaze. On the wall is the crucified form of Kohaku-san. What? Her body is floating in midair. No. It would look like that for someone else. But... thump. My eyes can see what's tying her. Her body is pinned against the wall by something like red hair. The hair creakingly tightens around her arms and legs. Has she passed out? Her head is hanging down. She really looks like a butterfly caught in a spider's web. Don't you find it strange? Suspending herself to the wall like that is quite a feat, don't you think? Akiha giggles. But don't worry, Nisan. I don't kill cats that bite me once. After she receives her punishment, I will forgive her. Thump. Everything goes hazy. Kohaku's anguished figure and Akiha's red figure match up until all rational thought is disappearing. But let me warn you, I don't care for pets that bite me. I guess it doesn't belong to me anymore in my heart. So there won't be a second time. I've no need for those that aren't mine. Hey, Nisan. I can be very cruel to those who betray me. The sound of tightening reaches my ears. The red hair binding Kohaku-san's arms and legs tightens even further, as if to rip her limbs off. Akiha, you... I run towards the wall. The hair binding Kohaku-san cannot be touched. This is just an extension of her hair. Only what Akiha is imagining. By putting Kohaku-san in her sight, Akiha is trapping Kohaku-san to the wall with her willpower. Thump. The flowing power looks like red hair. It's something she can't even see. I think suddenly. Weren't my eyes designed specifically for this sort of thing from the beginning? And by facing death so many times, haven't they discerned the very concept of death? Whatever, that doesn't matter right now. If I can see it, then there isn't anything I can't cut. I can't let this red hair do what it wants to Kohaku-san. I swing my knife. Maybe it's because my heart is beating so fast. My knife swings out with a speed that surprises even me. It doesn't feel like I'm cutting through something. My knife glides through the red hair, with speed and accuracy, as if I was merely reaping the air for harvest. Before I realize it, I've sliced through all the hair binding Kohaku-san in one breath. Her body falls. I catch her and touch her cheeks. She's still warm. Her breathing is weak, but it hasn't stopped. I can only see a few lines on her body. I let out a sigh of relief. I place her down on the floor. Thank goodness. If anything happened, thank goodness she's safe. Nisan, what was that just now? Her voice is shaking. I spin to face her, gripping my knife in one hand. She looks at me and gasps. Bringing her hand to her mouth in disbelief, she looks at my eyes. What beautiful blue eyes! How come... You shouldn't have any strength like that left. Amazement permeates her voice. Did... you... Akiha trembles. Nisan, you made a contract with Kohaku? What did you think was gonna happen? What did you think? You left... Akiha, you literally knew that they had a thing for each other, and your grandmaster plan was to leave them in a room together. What did you think was gonna... Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Roll with it. Her voice quivers. It isn't full of hatred, but more like sorrow. This can't be... Then that means you chose not me, but... She staggers. She leans against the window with eyes full of stunned surprise. Her face is pale. She sort of has the case of insanity, so she's not thinking like a rational person, I suppose. Her face is pale, and she looks like she'll vomit. No, she does. She vomits as if crying, her red hair fluttering. She hides her anguished face as she continues vomiting. It's almost as if she was letting out her screams. I mean, she got cucked, so I'd vomit too. Thief cat! I should have killed you! That's right, she says, as she stares at Kohaku-san's collapsed figure. She then laughs strangely from the bottom of her heart. Is this what you plan on doing, Nissan? You come here to betray me, and then come after me? Incredible. You weren't satisfied with betraying me once, but you ask help for Kohaku. You ask for help from Kohaku, and come to kill me again? How thorough you are. Her laughing voice fills the room. The temperature of the room rises with it. Thump. On one hand, my heart is raging forth, and on the other hand, my reason is screaming warnings at me. The commands of kill and escape clash together. Escape. Stupid. That isn't it. I didn't come here to kill you. Liar. You slept with Kohaku, didn't you? Then you don't need my help anymore, do you? So isn't that why you came here? What did I just say? I said I didn't come here to kill you, only to stop you from drinking any more blood. You were doing this to help me, right? So you don't have to anymore. My body's fine again. As long as Kohaku is near, You intend to just cast me off now? I must really look stupid. I thought of you so dearly. I loved you this much, but you don't even think of me. Cast you off? Don't say stupid things like that. You're very dear to me. Whatever you want, I can't say the words, I will do them. I know what it is she wants. But I can't do that. I can't betray Kohaku-san again. Liar! I've no need for someone like you. The entire room screams. The air is burning. Her red hair expands without limit. His overwhelming power. I start to stagger. Unconsciously, my legs move back. Thump. I told you, Nissan. I've no need for pets that bite me once. Thump. Thump. Nissan, for me, you really were the most important person in the world. But that's all over. Because, however much I yearn for you, if I could never have you, then aren't you just an eyesore? Thump, thump, thump. So, I will kill you, Nissan. You're the most important thing to me, so I will not let anyone else have you. Thump, 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 thump. I can't breathe. The air in the room is like a furnace, burning the inside of my lungs. All around Arcueid is that shimmering mirage. My heart. Even now, the impulses still fight between escaping and killing. Geez, what's the matter, Nissan? I'm being generous here. If I became serious, then it would be all over. So I have to let you do at least a little bit, right? Here, won't you come slash at me like you did when you saved Kohaku? Her smile doesn't fade. The murderous feeling in the air almost makes me want to puke. Arcueid is completely... I see. You're pretty weak, Nissan. You can't even bring yourself to kill me. But I'm different. I can't help but want to kill you. Because I've been holding back for so long. Your blood, your flesh, your warmth, your shape, everything. I always dreamed about making them completely mine, and mine only. While she shakes, her whole body... While she shakes, while her body shakes with each word, she smiles with pleasure. My heart feels like it's gone crazy. This thing before me, it's already no longer the Tohno Akiha from before. I get a headache. It feels like it'll split apart. The pain drives any thoughts out of my head. I'm about to go crazy. My head... If my head hurts this much, I'll go crazy. And feel like fighting Akiha to the death. Well then, let's fight to the death, Ni-san. The Tohno and Nanaya families have always had that connection. There's no need to hold back, right? She takes a step closer. Her red hair around the floor shakes. I don't care if you can't even do that. A spew of lies like you should just die here. She spits these last words. Like the time she killed Shiki, she stares at me. The ground jumps at me. That which cannot be seen, the red thing that looks like a fiery aura, tries to engulf me. The sound of something striking the ground echoes through the hallway. There's something wrong. The instant before I was enveloped by that fiery aura, my body instinctively sensed the danger and jumped back. I took a giant leap backwards, and jumped again once I landed. With that, I made it this far. My breathing goes wild. This speed isn't natural. I was so fast that I disappeared from Akiha's vision in that instant. If I didn't do that, there's no way I could have escaped that fiery aura. In that dream, Akiha plundered Shiki's body with just her stare. I'm in the same position Shiki was. Akiha only needs to look, while I need to close in. There's too much difference in our abilities. No. I said I didn't want to fight you! Throb. My headache increases. It feels like my head's going to split in two and grow wings. The burning red aura flows out from the classroom door. She's transforming the entire air into pure vermilion and comes out into the hallway after me. About a classroom's length lies between me and her. Amazing. Just what kind of body do you have, Ni-san? Her hair waves around. The air in the hallway starts to increase without limit. Even if it is night, disappearing from my view like this is strange. Your legs really are amazingly fast. It isn't that you're hiding your body behind anything. You're just moving faster than my eyes can track. My forehead throbs. My headache multiplies in intensity. But that's over as well. I won't make the same mistake, and you can't escape my vision here. Certainly, this is worse than the classroom. Stairs are a long way behind me. No matter how fast I run, Akiha will simply seize my back with her fiery aura. But if I run into another classroom, I'll just be a caged rat. She'll probably destroy my arms and legs one by one, like pulling the legs off a bug. First, that's right. I'll destroy those wonderful running legs of yours. Her eyes fixate on my legs. The air itself smells of burning. I jump back. The air around me turns to that fiery aura and wraps around my arms and legs. I swing my knife. What I see is satisfactory. This headache tears at my right brain. Slice. I slice apart the red hair with the air around it. Akiha moans and stares at me full of hatred. But I'm also in pain. Even though I sliced it apart quickly, my arms and legs feel a lingering burning sensation. My headache gets worse, and I feel like it'll really split apart. Again! Why can you do such things? She walks over toward me, staggering. She must think it doesn't work because she cannot focus on my distant figure. Well, that's probably right. Her power works proportionately to the clearness of her vision. Because we're in a building in the middle of the night, her fiery aura is slow in catching me. If it was daytime, her vision and the fiery aura would probably be the same speed. If that was the case, I wouldn't be able to kill that aura fast enough. I pull back with the burning still in my legs. Akiha follows. Since we are cautious of each other, we keep our distance as we shift down the hallway. And then, a figure emerges from the classroom we were just in. My mind freezes. My headache and my heartbeat disappear. This can't be happening. Why did you come out? Why couldn't you stay passed out in the classroom? Akiha-sama. Akiha turns to face the voice behind her. I feel despair creeping all around me. Please stop. If you do this, you'll only hurt yourself, Akiha-sama. Even if you keep drinking blood and go insane like Shiki-sama, you'll still suffer. Swaying, wavering, like she'll collapse at any moment, Kohaku-san walks toward Akiha. Stop! My outcry can't reach her. To get to Kohaku-san, I have to get past Akiha. How can I do that? You can still make it, Akiha-sama. But if you kill Shiki-san, you really will turn into a Tohno demon. Akiha looks at me and Kohaku-san, and then... It's too late. I already am a blood-sucking demon. I won't listen to what you have to say anymore. Suffer? You don't know anything about what I'm feeling, so don't try and lecture me about it, Kohaku. This feels wonderful. I can understand what Shiki was feeling. This is the first time I've ever felt this kind of freedom. So I can't go back now. You're wrong. That's only what you're telling yourself. Isn't it just that you killed Shiki-sama, and Shiki-san found out about everything, so you want to make everything like it never happened? But that's something you cannot do. No matter how crazy you act, you're really... Silence! Don't try and act like a good person after setting us up to kill each other! Akiha's hair dances in the air. This is entirely different than the amount of power she directed against me. You must be satisfied. Just like you planned, Nissan and I are fighting to the death. Your revenge is complete, right? Kohaku-san's words are cut off. I see. Nissan doesn't know that Kohaku was merely manipulating you, so you won't be confident in yourself, Nissan. Akiha directs her gaze toward me, as if she was winning a debate. Didn't you think it was strange? Going to sleep early every night, having your memories obscured. That was all Kohaku's doing. She prepared you drugs instead of medicine. And then all she had to do was whisper in your ear while you were high. You are the killer stalking the streets. That's all she had to say. And after making you a killer, she tried to get you to kill me. No. Even if you didn't become the killer, you just had to walk the streets at night. While she made this elaborate play, pitting you and I against each other, Kohaku prepared everything with a smile. In order to carry out her revenge against the Tohno family, Kohaku deceived even you, who had no connection to this and completed the situation we're in right now. Yeah, it seems so clear now. That's why Kohaku-san would always appear right, Oh, he's going downstairs, okay. That's why Kohaku-san would always appear at the right time, always telling me what I wanted to know, always giving me the medicine when I couldn't sleep. But still. For Kohaku, you and I were just pieces to complete her play. Don't you understand? To Kohaku, you are nothing more than a tool. But still you chose her over me? Yes. Akiha says this tearfully. But still. I knew. All of that. I already knew it, Akiha. A questioning voice. I wonder which one of them said it. About Kohaku using me. I knew that a long time ago. But that doesn't matter. I love Kohaku-san. So no matter what she does, I just believe in her. A gasp. She really is surprised. With distant, longing, unreaching eyes, she looks at me. Akiha's dry, doll-like laugh. Then I'm just some sort of clown? Rejected by the one I love most, who's being used as a tool by the one he loves instead? Still, you still want to steal him from me? Don't be ridiculous, Kohaku! Akiha! Her hair starts to flow. I run. Even if Akiha ends up killing me. Even if I can't make it, I don't care! I run, and I reach out my hand. But I knew the cruel reality. That the instant she walked out of the classroom, that my hand will never make it to her. A sickening sound. Akiha's hair pierces Kohaku's chest like a spear. Shocked. No. As if she was accepting it. She didn't even try to dodge. She collapses. Her kimono wavers in the air, as if it was all in slow motion. My brain doesn't want to confirm it, and lags behind the flow of time. I was just taking it out on someone. I remember those words. I couldn't understand why he did that. Did he value someone more precious than his own life? She always wanted to become that precious someone. But that didn't happen, so she lived alone. And as if saying this is the only result she could end up in. If he could do that, why didn't he ever help me? That's sin. Not just 8 years ago. But it returns, even in this instant. I thought it was so strange. Why? Why were the people around me not as kind as he was? Her falling body. In that instant, even with her eyes clouding over, I see Kohaku smiling at me. Or so I think. My legs stop. I can't speak. I can't breathe. My piercing headache is the only thing that continues. A fitting end for a thief cat. Akiha laughs. His piercing headache. I can't go back. I killed Shiki. Even Nissan rejected me. Then I have nowhere else to go. I'm free now, so there shouldn't be any pain. She faces me. The air burns again. Her hair coils around her like a snake. It seems like every one of them has a mind of its own. This piercing headache. Headache. Didn't you want to kill me? This headache. 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 Not Kohaku-san. Wasn't I the one you wanted to kill, Akiha? Headache. 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 I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. At myself, who could not save her. At myself, who's still living right now. At Akiha, who could not save her. At Akiha, who's still living right now. What? Did you want to die quickly, Nissan? Well, I wouldn't forgive her even if she apologized. I would have killed her sooner or later. Because it's not like she had any reason to live. She was broken a long time ago. So isn't it doing her a favor to throw her away? I see. If someone breaks, then it's a favor for them if you throw them away. So, you aren't Akiha. She isn't the Akiha that I know. She was just refusing to acknowledge that she was already possessed by their mirage so long ago. Fine, Akiha, as you wish. 8 years ago, like when we ran in the garden. Come on. Let's begin our fight to the death. My headache stops. Tonoshiki dies. Nanayashiki saunters out of the dark night. I visually gauge the distance between me and my enemy. It's about 10 meters. I need 2 steps to get into knife range. To ensure a kill, I need to take 3 steps. There isn't any cover in the hallway, and it's not big enough to hide myself by moving around. Even if I use the walls or the ceiling, I'll have difficulty avoiding her gaze. Even if I take 2 steps, Akiha can easily fix her eyes on me in one motion. That's the situation. From this distance, I'll die faster, since she'll be slightly faster. I see. You're finally in the mood, Nissan. Akiha takes a step forward. Even though it's dark, with this distance, she can see me clearly. Another step. If she takes another step, that'll be my signal. Do I kill her now, or pull back? Do I kill her now, or pull back? If I make a mistake, I will end engulfed in Akiha's hair, like Shiki in that dream. There might be a choice coming up. Save the game. For fuck's sake. Okay. Another footstep. So, I'm not sure what the communication of this choice is. So, Akiha killed Kohaku and has snapped. Supposedly, she is just a demon, or at least from Shiki's perspective. And as a result, Shiki is fully embraced his Nanaya personality. He's gone full Yu-Gi-Oh. So, but the problem is, Aki is still ridiculously powerful. If he takes the initiative to kill her, that might blow back in his face and get killed. If he pulls back, it might be a strategic thing.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Get revenge and kill her? Okay.
Before that footstep even fades, I spring into action. Here! Akiha's voice is a mixture of malice and pleasure. Enjoying the tension of battle, she smiles as she looks in my direction. That carelessness is my only chance, and her only reason for loss. Not good enough, Nissan. No matter how fast you are, you just get clearer as you get closer to me. Her voice is full of delight. Her eyes catch a hold of me. Then the rest is simple. I won't be able to reach her, as she'll evaporate my arms and legs, and collapse to the floor. Well, that is, only if she can fix her eyes on me until I'm completely burned away. My view reverses. Her voice is full of surprise. In that instant, the red hair that was to burn my arms and legs vanishes. It's fortunate that the hallway is just a straight line. Akiha, who thought I would only attack directly, can't see me as I climb up the wall and jump to the ceiling. Proceeding up the wall like a spider, my foot touches the ceiling only once. It's not like I can actually be a spider. Turning my body, I'm just using the ceiling as a foothold. The distance is good enough. Before my body falls, I use my legs to thrust off the ceiling. Akiha's gaze shifts upward, and the burning sensation returns to my arms and legs. The feeling stops in an arm and a leg. They probably don't exist anymore, but I don't need them any longer. My body has the speed it needs. Like this. I collide into Akiha. Why, you! Akiha lifts her head. Being this close to her, she can easily find me and disintegrate my body. So before that happens, I cut it apart. That delicate neck. I cut it horizontally through her pulsing veins, making no differentiation between her skin, her muscles, her arteries, her bones, without mercy or compassion, like plucking a lily without even any resplendent pain. Thud. On the hard floor, something that's shaped like a bowling ball drops. It's all over. Her eyes are cluelessly looking at the wall of the hallway, and probably will continue to do so for all of eternity. Is that the last thing you saw? Her eyes being lower than that of a dog or cat, she fixes her gaze toward the dirty wall. Everywhere is darkness. Dying while watching this scenery. It's like a bad joke. Didn't the old man teach you that taking pleasure in killing is shallow, Akiha? Well, that would have been useless. Tonomaki Hisa was shallow, so her messing up like that was inevitable. What a shame. Even though you were this talented, the fire that formed you was too weak. That's why I could kill her so easily. Doing useless things like enjoying killing. You did that. So you died. In this place, all alone. Forever alone. Staring at that wall that no one ever watches. Not even letting out a final agony of death. Even though she's my sister, she looks so pathetic. My stopped breathing resumes. My burnt body feels power flowing into it once more. Because Kohaku-San died, my body was losing its power. But since Akiha died, it seems like I'm returning to normal. Well, in the first place, this body, this head, this heart, Even if I embrace them and live, there's nothing. My breathing returns. My numb arm and leg still seem to be holding their shape. On the floor, Akiha's blood finally starts to spill outward. Crawling to the wall, I manage to stand up on one leg. I open the window, and fresh air streams in. The cold wind blows through the baking hallway. This wind feels extremely good. It cools my burning body, and my headache ceases. So why? Only my thoughts. As if my head is becoming empty. Everything feels the same, and my vision does not return to normal from the world I'm in. Above my head is the crimson moon. I remember that one dream. The man looking down at that killer. Even at that time, it was a beautiful moon, so why? Why can't it evenly illuminate me tonight? Like a snake. Like an inflamed red eye, it stares at me. Staring. The red eye looks down on me intently. Red. Red eye. I understand it now. It made it all clear. What Akiha was looking at in her last moments wasn't the wall. She was looking at Nanaya Shiki as he approached mechanically to slice her neck. I see. Then it won't go away, will it? Then the moon will always be red. In her eyes, the killer is still burning. That can't be erased. That's why even though everything is over, I've nowhere to go. I lost Kohaku-San. I even killed Akiha. There really is nowhere I can go. All purpose. Even myself has disappeared. Despite that, only my only leg limps down the hallway. The sky overhead still has that giant eye. With Akiha still watching him, Nanaya Shiki walks off somewhere.
Was that the true ending or like a bad ending? Thanks for waiting. Time for Seal Sensei's What and Why corner. Due to popular demand, here's up on number 1. Oh my, Tohno gun really serious. That's a no-no. Even though Aki has turned on her invincible mode, you shouldn't try to kill her. When it comes to killing, you are by far the expert. You have some leeway, so you should just observe Akiha for now. We'll end this lesson now. The conclusion of Tsukihime is near. Wow. Do your best you don't have to receive any more supplementary lessons. That's the last time we'll ever get to see Seal, I think. It's a good thing I saved, huh?
Do I kill her now or pull back? If I make a mistake, I will end engulfed in Akiha's hair like Shiki in that dream. Another footstep.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
It's too early to absolutely ensure my kill. The enemy needs to be defenseless. You made a mistake, Nissan. That was your last chance to kill me. The enemy stops. Her breathing and stare are full of confidence. That means this distance right now is her maximum range in this dark hallway. You were so quick earlier. I thought I would still lose sight of you, even in this narrow hallway with your speed. But That won't happen with this distance. I'm close enough to see the color of your eyes, so I can easily track you. No matter how fast I dash, she's saying she'll kill me before I get close. But that's only if I dash toward her. She narrows her eyes. Is she bothered by the fact that she has my life in the palm of her hand, or that I'm so calm? Or does that cause her to hesitate? Whichever one it is, just like Shiki thought, she really doesn't understand what a battle to the death means. You look like you're planning something, Nissan. She says the obvious. There's no need to answer. Is she stupid? I mutter, and switch my knife to the other hand. I take it from my dominant hand, and place it in my left. I figured out her range. All that's left. Ridiculous. You're getting scared now. Oh no, other way around. Ridiculous. You're getting scared now. I'm not scared. You're the one being scared and not able to move. Okay. You can kill me, right? Then you should do so. If you do nothing, I'll kill you the next time you blink. I'm about sick and tired of seeing your face. The air around her swirls. Her desire to kill starts to embody death. Her desire to kill starts to embody itself in her red hair. Her gaze, and the surrounding air that turns crimson and tries to wrap around my arms at the same time. I leap back. More than anything, I slice the red hair coming to wrap my dominant hand. Aki's clipped voice. I then switch the knife to my free dominant hand. I slice the hair around my left arm. I took a bit to free myself on this hand. I can't feel my left arm. I can't see any wounds, but there isn't any sense or feeling. I see now. That's what it does. I jump back even more. The red hair chases me. It isn't as quick as before, but still wraps around my limbs. No, chasing isn't the right word to use. There's no way to escape this red hair. When she sees me, it's already wrapped around me. It is wrong to imagine dodging it or avoiding it. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Like the air touching skin, the red hair is already wrapped around me. Therefore, there was no way to escape from that attack. If there's anything I can do, it's... Before Akiha steals something from me, I have to cut that pipeline, that red hair of hers. The interval between her seeing something and stealing from it is only an instant. But if the target isn't clear in her vision, there's a small time before she actually steals from me. Before she can steal too much from me, I cut the hair to avoid a fatal wound. That's all I'm doing. Even though I can see her image of red hair, it doesn't make a difference that her ability is overpowering. Maybe she's taking it easy, but she follows me without running. I cut the hair that comes to bind my arms, legs, and body continuously. The left arm that I sacrificed to confirm her power doesn't move at all. There's no pain. There's no blood. But despite my clothes, I can tell that a big part of the flesh is taken away by burns. What's making me uneasy is that the open flesh sends sickening cold air into me. Thanks to that, I can't concentrate fully on escaping. My efforts to escape Akiha's gaze gradually become slower, and I soon stop. And now it becomes Akiha's range. Oh, what's this? All you can do is run away? I told you, my prey will only end up burning. She must be confident that I've been driven into a corner. She stops walking and glares at me. It's over, Nissan. Isn't it going to be fun? You're going to be killed by me without leaving a trace. I told you. Talking like that is useless. Talking like that is a useless excess, Akiha. Crash. I jump back to the stairs, and jump down them without using the steps. What? I hear her voice coming from above. I was only jumping straight back this whole time, so she could not react to me moving sideways. Well, I plan to reach the stairs while moving back, so it's no coincidence. Why, you... Stand still! Akiha looks down the stairs to try and see me. Now, before she can do that, I jump down one more time. Flying down the stairs a second time causes my knees to protest in agony. I ignore it and run to the hallway. I hear the dry sound of Akiha's footsteps rushing down the stairs. Window. This is the second floor. I can jump down outside and still be okay. But then, I'll end up like Shiki. I've repeated what happened in that dream this much, so I shouldn't have to copy what Shiki did to every detail. I enter the hallway. Even on the second floor, the red hair fills the air, like they're live blood vessels. The feeling in my leg disappears and I collapse to the ground. My left leg is wrapped in hair. Did she see my leg as I went down the stairs? I'm outside her visual range, so it won't be fatal, but... Shit. She's more wicked than I thought. I cut the hair. My left leg. It's now like my left arm. The sound of footsteps come closer. Before she enters the hallway, I dash into a classroom. Holding my breath, I lean against the wall between us. I don't believe it. Half of my body might as well be dead. I was aware of it, but I didn't think I'd end up copying that dream this much. Tap, tap. The footsteps draw nearer and nearer. In my dream, Shiki was killed right after this. Shiki's decision was incorrect. He just didn't have the full understanding of Akiha's ability. The burnt smell of the air, the temperature's scorching resemblance of a deep summer, and the body parts that disintegrate with burning pain. All of these facts made Shiki think that Akiha's power was burning the enemy. But the truth is just the opposite. Akiha entangles her target with her red hair and completely steals their heat. This causes instant freezing, followed by vaporization, making it look like it disintegrated. If it was truly burning, then matters would be hopeless once the flame was lit. No matter how many times the red hair sliced, it's not possible to cut off your own body. But it's just stealing and taking in. Therefore, even if I get completely wrapped by the red hair, as long as I can cut the hair before I'm completely drained and kill Akiha herself, it won't be a problem. While she lives, she can turn her target into an inferno. But that illusion of fire will die when Akiha dies. Tap, tap. I was already prepared to have my left arm burned when I stuck it out. I was prepared to cut it off from my shoulder once it lit up, but there was no need for that. Akiha's ability will not kill me if I can stop Akiha herself. Since Akiha is not a true flame user, a surprise attack cannot end up in mutual death if she dies before me. I hear a sound. I hear her footsteps right behind my back. Without a doubt, Akiha is about to pass the classroom without even noticing I'm here.
Okay, so obviously the point is to not reenact the dream, so we're gonna wait until she walks by. Or wait, fuck. No, wait! Both of these choices are literally the same. Kill her before she notices me, or wait until she walks by and attack her from behind. Those are literally the same thing. What the fuck? I'm going to wait until she walks by? But isn't that what capital S Shiki did? The footsteps pass by. I only have one chance. The instant she passes by the classroom, I'll jump out to the hallway and attack her. If the distance is too great, I'll be killed just like Shiki. The footsteps keep moving, about a distance of 2 meters. At her stride, that should be about 8 steps. Okay. I sneak silently and place my hand on the door. Tap, tap. The hard sound of her footsteps come closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The footsteps stop there. She hasn't passed the classroom yet. She just stands on the other side of the door. Time stops. Thump. The inside of my head torques painfully. Does she know? Does she know? Then what should I do? She cannot come into the classroom unless she opens the door. She needs to come into the classroom in order to see me. So as long as this door is closed, she can't kill me. Then I don't care. If she tries to open the door, then that's fine. It'll just be a battle between what's faster, my slicing or her looking. Calm. I take a deep breath. But it still doesn't change the fact that I'm at a disadvantage. All Akiha needs to do is look. But I have to see the lines on her body, and then slice them with my knife. Since I have to make extra movement, even though this is my range, I can't say it's my advantage. All of a sudden, a crash comes through the window. My brain freezes. I instantly lose all feeling in my arms and legs. My heavy body rises up and is slammed against the wall. My field of view cuts off. The water in my eyes evaporates instantly and I can't see anything. I don't know anything about what's going on in the outside world. All I can understand is what I'm doing. I'm suspended in midair, and just like Kohaku-San earlier, I'm crucified to the wall by Akiha's hair. How careless. It's nothing compared to a natural-born assassin like you, Nissan. But I can still hide my presence. Well, that's what I did, and while you were paying so much attention to the hallway, I came from the next classroom. Next time, you should learn from experience, and pay attention to the balcony, too. She giggles. My neck is being constricted. My limbs have no feeling, as if they were cut off. My body's being saturated with Akiha's hair. That was rude. There's no next time for you, Nissan. Besides, I'm sorry, Nissan. I rudely ate you instantly. Even though I consumed most of you in the heat of the moment, you're still conscious, right? Please forgive my lack of manners. I'll do it right this time. Well then, I will have you. Farewell, Nissan. My body burns. The red lock of hair sears both my body and my very soul. I can hear my last heartbeat. I think this might be another bad ending, guys. I'm not sure. How stupid. Even though I knew so much, Nanaya Shiki still ended up the same as Tohno Shiki. Fuck! Yeah, I'll take Seal Senpai's lesson, whatever. Alright, what did I do wrong this time? Thanks for waiting. Time for Seal Senpai's went wide due to popular demand. Number 2. Oh my, Akiha-san's like a monster. Maybe she had something pent up like this against Tohno-kun, but she's gone pretty crazy. I don't think so, that's nothing. Yeah, I don't recall asking a non-human like you anything. Errands that don't even appear should just be quiet. Uh-oh, there she is. There's the cat. One of them hasn't even popped. Yep. This time the cause was your carelessness. Fuck you! Those two choices were the exact goddamn same. Suck my dick and balls. Fuck you. Such bullshit. Kill her before she notices me. Wait until she walks by and attack her from behind while she's not noticing me. Like, these two choices are the same. Fuck off. Whatever. This is it. I don't plan on ending up like Shiki in that dream. I will dismantle Tohno Akiha right here and now. I focus on the lines running along the wall. On the other side, I can hear footsteps. More intently, I stare hard at the wall, as if my brain would fry. The footsteps are right in front of me. Across this thin wall, Akiha is walking, completely defenseless. If I do this well, I don't even have to do it myself. Tohno Akiha will die, being crushed by the wall. No, this wall is too thin. I won't kill her. So then, cutting that long hair and dismembering her body is my role. Kill Akiha. The no longer human Akiha. She is someone I can kill. She's no longer human, but still. But Akiha is Tohno Shiki's younger sister. Do that just because she isn't human anymore. Headache. I thought the headache was gone, so why? Throb, 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 this headache. This pain feels like my eyes will burst from my head. It's because I tried to see those lines on the wall. My head, it hurts. If it hurts this much, my recent self feels like it'll go away. Throb, throb. Don't think. Ignore the headache. If I think right now, I'll definitely recognize my mistake. Before that happens, before I return to Tohno Shiki, I have to kill Akiha before she kills me. I swing my knife with all my strength. A dry sound. With one giant swing, I draw a circle on the wall with my knife that cuts cleanly through the wall like butter. And then, facing the hallway, I kick down the cut wall. Akiha's voice almost sounds comical. It's only natural. Having a large circle suddenly appear on the wall and burst out against her, she should be surprised. And it's all over. I jump through the opening in the wall into the hallway. Over here, my figure is completely hidden from Akiha's view by the wall. The collapsing wall rushes toward Akiha. The red hair wraps around it. It even steals heat from inorganic things. The wall starts to break apart. But, before she can break it down, my knife dismantles it. Pieces. The wall falls into clumps of varying size. Throb. It all happens in an instant. This scene, it lasts for 1 instant. Her hair races back up. It wraps around my body. But it's too late. I slice through both the wall and the fiery aura around her. She won't be able to instantly put up more heat. Not that it matters. Because my knife is far faster than her hair as I push her down and get on top of her. Akiha's voice. My knife is raised. All I have to do is pass through the line, running from her left collarbone to her right lung. But Akiha's hair is wrapping around my arm. It flows around my neck, around my body. I know that if I wait, in an instant, my body will be vaporized. But this headache does not go away. My head hurts, Akiha. Even though the command to kill repeated itself so many times in my head, and I hated you so much, still. Why? Why did I wake up? Why did Akiha suddenly look like her old self? If it wasn't for that, I would have brought this knife down. But still. My skin is burning. The hair that wraps around my body steals my heat. The vision starts to fade. I can't force Akiha down. With a breath, my body is so light now that it feels like Akiha could blow me over with one breath. But my arms are still alive. I can still make it. If I don't die, victory is mine. As long as I can kill her now. She can't steal any more of my heat. But still. For some reason, I can't bring down my knife. How incredibly naive. Akiha will kill me without hesitation. I already know that. Because Akiha, she's not the Akiha from before. But still, such a thing. I just can't do it. Headache. It's bothered me many times, but I have to thank it this time. I was wrong. Thinking that just because she isn't human, she isn't like the old Akiha, it's acceptable to kill her. No matter how much she changes, Akiha is Akiha. Always helping me. Always waiting for me. My dear sister. Why did I think I could hurt her? My headache disappears. The strength in my body also disappears. As my mind dims, I put all my strength into my arms, so my knife will not descend on Akiha. Why? Won't you kill me? Akiha's voice. I'm a vampire, right? A monster that feeds on human blood at night. I'm trying to kill you right now. And I even killed Kohaku. So why? Why do you have that sad look on your face? My heat is still being stolen. My heat is still being stolen. Unlike me, Akiha really has no mercy. Already, my body feels cold, as if I already died. Stop it! It's not fair to have to die looking like that. I'm the one to blame here. So you should hate me to the end. Can't you even say that you hate me for killing Kohaku? Kohaku had to hate me too. I'm the daughter of Tonomaki Hisa, and I kept her bound to the mansion while I knew her feelings. That's why I thought it'd be okay if it was Kohaku. If she wanted revenge on the Tono family, then I'd play along. Even if drinking her blood made me less human, because she hated me, I thought it couldn't be helped. I see. Akiha was the same as me. She knew. She knew that Kohaku-san plotted our downfall. But still. But it couldn't be helped, right? I had no way of making it up to her. So if she wanted, then the most I could do as a member of the Tono blood was to support her. That's wrong. I surprise myself as I voice my thoughts. I'm still alive, it seems. What? Nissan, I can't hear you well. That's wrong, Akiha. Kohaku doesn't hate anyone. She didn't wish for all this because she wanted to. That's right. It's just that she couldn't find any other purpose. She only desperately acted out that plan.
It was all she could do. All she could do was try with all her might to deceive herself into thinking she had a purpose to live. Akiha, I think I led a happier life compared to you or Kohaku-san. So, I'm sorry. I don't know. Neither your pain from being bound to the Tohno family, nor Kohaku-san's pain, where this is all she could do. How ironic. No one is to blame. Not me, not you, not Shiki, not Kohaku-san. No one is to blame. So why? Why did we end up choosing to kill each other? Nissan, maybe you can still make it. Akiha is still being pinned. She looks up at me aimlessly as she says this. You'll die soon, Nissan, but if you kill me, I think you can make it. Well, Kohaku's no longer alive, so I can't say that for sure. Her eyes turn serious as she looks up at me. Right? So please, hurry up and swing your knife. That will save you. Akiha skulkily says these ridiculous words. Jeez. I'm saying that if I could do that, I would have done it already a long time ago. Fine. If you can't do that, then I will be the one who survives. Okay? Starting tomorrow, I will turn these streets into a painting of pure hell. Not just Hisui, but I will make people like your dear friends suffer. I can tell she's pretty serious. Idiot. If you did that, a scary person from somewhere would come and make things difficult. I bet there's a skilled vampire hunter out there that would fight you both day and night. So, don't you think about painting a scene of hell. If at all possible, I want her to resist sucking blood, even though it might be hard. And just live like she did before all of this. Why? Why do you look at me like that, Nissan? I'm no longer the Akiha from before. Even now, I want to bite into your neck. Just like Shiki. I'm a crazed, possessed monster, right? Then you should return to how you were before, and kill me once and for all. She pouts, and looks as if it was all my fault. She says I should kill her. That's certainly my own words from before. But it's not good. I can't do that. I can't kill you, Akiha. You're thinking about me from before, but I'm different. I'm not the Tohno Akiha you knew. No, it's got nothing to do with it. Even if you were possessed, and it was to destroy that, as Tohno Shiki, I cannot harm Tohno Akiha. I love this black-haired girl, who forgave me so much these past 8 years. Even if I love her as a sister, different from the way she feels. Akiha, you're my dear sister. I can't ever hurt you. Akiha opens her eyes. Her shoulders fall as she lets out a deep breath. What are you saying? You've always hurt me, Nissan. If you can't even realize that, you really are dense, aren't you? Her whispered voice is very gentle. And then, she brings both her hands on my stopped hand. With just that, I can see her intentions. I try to pull back, but I have no strength. Just like she said, I lost the freedom to control my body a long time ago. Stop it, Akiha! I frantically raise my voice. Akiha pretends not to hear me and smiles. Jeez. That's why I have to do it all myself even now. Her smile seems happy, but it's full of sadness. She puts power into her hands. The knife descends. But that's not where the line is. It's just her heart. If that's pierced, it'll be fatal and painful. Akiha! I can't stop my arm. I can't prevent Akiha from doing this. How can this happen? In the end, I tried to save the two people important to me. Yet, I'm about to lose them both before my very eyes. No! What is it? My arm is stopped. Akiha's two hands pressing down on my hand, as if embracing them. Someone drapes over them as well. Akiha looks disbelievingly at that figure. I, just like Akiha, stare blankly. Kohaku? Yes, Akiha-sama, it is me. It is me, so please let go. With a face close to tears, Kohaku-san pulls the knife away from Akiha. Kohaku. Akiha's in a daze, as if the demon that caught a hold of her has completely left. She stares at Kohaku-san in surprise. I see. You are alive, Kohaku. Yes. Akiha-sama, you only made me lose consciousness. At that last instant, you held back from killing me. Her eyes flicker with sadness. Even while possessed by fury, there was still humanity deep within Akiha. That was what saved Kohaku-san and Akiha. Akiha sighs. She closes her eyes as she lets out that breath. Goodness. I guess this means you've won everything. You're alive. And this is the end of the Tohno bloodline. But maybe it's for the best. To be honest, I was thinking of resting too. Her arms drop to her sides. Go ahead, Kohaku. Nissan wasn't able to. But you can kill me, right? I tried to kill you. And I'm the daughter of the hated Tonomaki Hisa. Kohaku-san holds the knife and stares at Akiha. And she shakes her head. It's terribly quiet. Like a melting ice, time flows by calmly. It's strange. I wonder why even Kohaku can't kill me. With her eyes still closed, she speaks softly, as if she was sleeping. Of course. It's because I like you, Akiha-sama. The knife Kohaku-san was holding clatters to the ground. No matter how much you hate me, I always want to serve you. So Akiha-sama, if you feel sorry for me at all, please do not die. If you die like this, I'll go back to being the Kohaku from before. You're asking something pretty difficult. A deep sigh. Akiha averts her gaze, as if she was pouting. But I guess it can't be helped. I owe you from before. So I won't do anything from now. Same for you, Nissan. I will think it's good enough for you to love me as your sister. Her hair flows. The binding around my body disappears, and I collapse to the floor. At some point, the sky became deep and clear. The silver moon, the pale hallway, now shows no trace of a fiery aura. Akiha's hair is still red, but the mirage that burdened her is long gone. Now, with Kohaku-san here, Akiha should be okay. My mind starts to recede. My cold body starts to drift towards sleep. But before that, I watch the peaceful moonlight and think, After a while, once I've gotten used to living in the mansion, I think selfishly that we'll be living happily like right now.
Okay. I know that we're at the epilogue, but I'm tapped. I'm fucking tapped. I was tapped 40 minutes ago. I was tapped 2 bad ends ago. God damn it. So, we've got a prologue, a true end, an addendumed chapter, and then a good end. And then we're done. We are extremely close. Okay. If you've been watching the VOD, thank you for making it this far. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BerserkChip. That's BerserkChip with 2 P's because I forgot the password to my previous account. Follow me on Twitter where I post highlights and stream schedule updates. Monday, 4 p.m. EST. That will be the finale of Tsukihime. And then after that, we will start a new visual novel. And that visual novel, for now, will be The Great Ace Attorney. Unlike Tsukihime, I'm probably not going to focus on just one visual novel. Because I think that killed the playthrough. I think, to a certain extent. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch. But the first next one is going to be The Great Ace Attorney. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We will see you next time. Oh god, the VOD is 3 hours and 20 minutes. This is going to be a nightmare to edit. Holy shit. Oh my god.